does the heart have fire or not? And does the heart, somehow exalt different energies based on what the heart is working with? And the heart is working obviously with the energies of how it's placed, quote unquote, strategically and neatly, end quote, as some type of particular case carrier generator prominently of certain energies, and those other energies inviting other energies. So it's like the energy, obviously the energy centers are like with each other, the organs are working with each other. So the moon, obviously it could be looked at as a certain layer of all the chakras, right? The chakras, the moon, the first through the fourth chakra, those chakras being going towards the surface level physical world, obviously. And then different correspondent beacons of the celestial energy beacons. They have different key signatures based on how, like, Leo and Aries signature is represented by the sun. So the sun is like low key, it's representing its stationed house of Leo and Aries. So the Leo and Aries, it's like always through all the seasons, because the energy of the sun is within the sun of Leo and Aries. So even though the sun is in Virgo, that sun is also like carrying chief energies of a different, and you didn't even have to call them Leo and Aries, like, Egyptian astrology, whole different names, right? So like just those energies, they're within those seasons are being represented always with the sun. The sun is like, what do you call that, cardinal fire and fixed fire, and those representing different seasons, and however they're just trined out within the solar system. So within all the planets kind of going in their own orbits, because if Pluto could travel 12 to 30 years around a sign, then there's different ecliptical orbits to take in account for, in particular, and how the particular planet is orbiting around. All of them are having a shared orbit around particular centers, but they have their individual orbits. So if they have their individual orbits, other things could shake in such a way. There could be different core center nexuses that were revolving around not just one per se, because if the ecliptical could orbit with a different ecliptical orbit, those two different ecliptical orbits could have other ecliptical orbits of just other planets' orbits and their energy, track, and their track stream or whatever. And within that energy track stream, that could be in a different level. It could be something quote unquote solidified to be a ecliptical orbit that's more so materialized rather than less materialized. And all of them, all the chakras, all the collective chakras, they're something of a more or less materialization, and they're holding a key signature of a certain materialization solidification process. And then they're also representing how they're going to the dream world, because the heart is the bridge between the dream and the reality, right? So since the heart is that bridge of the dream and the reality, where we're working with the chakras in a new way and on a micro level. And since we're working with the chakras on a new way, the heart is representing the heart, and the heart somehow, it has all the elements, it has the fire there, the water's there, the earth is there, and the wind is in there somehow in the heart. And the heart, live it, hike, drive with it, drive it, hike it, type it, write it, like it, fight it, hype it, strike it, tyke it, mic it, blike it, blight it, smite thee like nothing, Nike. I do it, done with it, fun with it, fuck with it. I don't give a fuck, that booty looking so succulent. Yo, I strike it, no psychic. I hike it, no sidekick, just solo, so solo, low, no, mo, oh, white it, out, blanket, you tank it, you stank it, and then I crank it. But I heard that song, so I was like, I drive it, I strive it, I thrive it, I fly to it, and I see to it that I get the fucking job done, Zizzo. Motherfucker, yo, more cozy than a pillow. Get the fuck off my pico, my dillo. What's the dealio? You feel me, ho? When I steal your hoe, I go in, I'm willing though, like, yo, Ferraris and scooters on the side. Bolster though, I poster though, I don't even need a post for you. I upholster you, embroider you. Yo, I come yo so holographically, so radionically. So all the chakras are I'm a chariot, I'm scary bitch, I don't give a fuck, I'm hairy lit, I'm dairy lit, I'm fairy lit, I'm blairy lit, I'm like Blair Witch Project, I'm some shit that is just terribly something to look at. But then God purifies it like nothing. Ho, yo, what's good with it? I just don't need to prove shit. Yo, I'm like Flash. You didn't even see me when I came in your hoodie trick. Hoodie trick with my hoodie though. What's goody though? Yo, I come like Rupert Flows. I'm that, yo, that creamy though, steamy though, dreamy though. Yo, I don't give a fuck if you leave me though, cause I'm the source of my own happiness. Fuck all your crappiness. I think you need to flag the shit, blag the shit. Yo, black bag the shit, black bag special. You little trick. But beyond it all, like, and you already knew that other momento. Get that momentum, get that. I'm stupid dumb, silly dumb, yo, coolio. Yo, I'm like a foolio in the studio with the UFO. Yo, I thought you truly know I am unstoppable like androids, ho. Yo, and I crash land like meteorites and asteroids and comets, ho. Don't need to fly it though, I got it though. When I spot it though, then I drop it though. And I don't give a fuck, I just do it like Del Piccolo. Yo, like a Namekian, yo, I'm a specialist. Yo, I make them heads turn like an exorcist. I never end. Motherfucker resurrect the shit like ain't nothing, ho. Bitch, I'm number one, you ho. You ain't really shit, you boring ho. Yes, I'm talking to you, you ho. Pete. Get the fuck off this wood. Get the fuck off what is good. I'm hood. Yo, I know you look, you heard, you dirt, you did dirt with gizzard. Get the fuck off my gizzards. The number one wizard, green like lizards. Splizzer, spumoni is how I come with my rainbow ice cream. Spumoni, yo, fuck it if it is my destiny to be lonely. Strike you like Shinobi, I'm more original, holy. No, yo. Blessed by the gods, yo, now he's strong as holy field, holy shit, holy. I was the first to not ever give a fuck. What? Leave them all struck. Thunderstruck, thunderstrike, yo, it's a call off code, red alert, blue alert, green alert, yo, 4X. Type of shit, 4X gang mode, zen mode, motherfucker jet mode with the jet ski, ho. I'm coming, yo, hella creed out. I'm speed out. You think I'm energetically, I was always the first in the lead now. Best believe, hun. What's up, son? Never heard anything like this before. Yeah, so you got to run for your money when you participated in this matrix. Trucks. You know that's hella clump. Get the fuck off my slump with that knucking it, I'm bucking it, and I'm stuffing it. You chumping with it, I'm crunking it, cranking it, danking it, dialing in, banking it, stanking it. Motherfucker, you suck, you boring ass rappers. Okay, chill, okay. Helio, I'm the helipad. Yo, you smell hella bad, and I'm just glad that I'm, a different energetic perspective of all that is rad. Motherfucker, Rahid, Hamani, yo. So who is the source of it all? Just generally inquiring and asking, basking in this immortal shit. Open portals and shit like it ain't nothing your trick. I'm bumping it again, bumping your bitch like this, yo. Cowboy cocaine, Texas hooker, bumping that snorting line of cocaine. Motherfucker, I'm profane, got the gas like propane. You know my thing, get the fuck off my tailor-made shit, suit and tie, little. Lucidalize it, the dream, infuse the dream with the real core. And I'm real core, you could be the soft core. Serve you like, save soft soup, scoop ice cream scoops with the tender cone. Okay. Yo, grill you up, skrill you, deal you up like a tenderloin. Yo, get the fuck off my Mayflower type of vibe. Yo, I can. The soul is immortal, can never be destroyed. Okay. You can replay that. Right on. You have a great day, man. You have a great day. But anyways, yeah, so I wanted to talk about the chakras. That 6 though. Let's get that 6. Let's get that 6. You know, the real, like the non-sketch shit in the fucking digital age. It's real shit. Real accuracy. Okay. Okay. And that's, we could hello boss. What can I do for you? Give me some money. Okay, I'm just kidding. Well, you know, generally is like, that's what, you know, it's funny that I said it like that because it's to ultimately like get like that, close that deal, and who am I to speak, you know? But to ultimately to close that deal, you have to admit that you want, you know, that money, you know? Like you're going for that, you know, to like to get a bag. So if you, it's gonna help you get the bag if you believe in yourself to get the bag, you know. But obviously, like, you know, the sovereign way, it's unknown of the predecessors. That's the quote unquote gift and the curse. The sovereign way is, it's like people are like shy to the sovereign way, and I'm not like saying anything about like, you know, money and how it's done today. I'm just seeing like how somehow it's changing, but what's making the change for the money respectively. And it's funny because like it's too hyped, it's too replicated, this whole like culture of like the fucking respectively, like most of this like most of that just culture, I don't even want to put a word on it. It's just like it's kind of hypey, you know. But anyways, let me talk about the chakras real quick. And just in a very casual way. And that being is, you know, the sun is in Leo, ironically too, because I'm talking about the heart and the solar plexus and how those chakras, they're closely related. The fire and the water of like the soul and stuff. The heart and the solar plexus, they have that yin and yang within that on a different general, like, you know, just a different level. And the moon is in Leo, so that Leo, that 5th house, it's like in between the heart chakra and the solar plexus respectively, and the Cancer 4th house is like kind of like the G center, and then the 5th house, you know. So there's like a blending of it. So so the heart chakra is the collective heart chakra is like kind of like going towards, you know, some type of like it's an emanation of like the humans, kind of like and the moon is kind of carrying that energy, and how you're carrying that energy is like your 4th, 5th, and 6th house respectively, because that 4th, 5th, and 6th house, it's cycling its nearby like vicinity, and they're working together in their own inner network of synaptic communication of your nervous system respectively. And that heart and the solar plexus are doing it on a different level from how Egyptian astrology is just saying these are energies. We're not saying like, you know, people like have a bias on just the chakras in general, but I'm just looking at them as like they're just energies, you know. You don't have to misinterpret them, but like I want to like see like where I'm wrong, you know. But anyways, I'm just saying like, so the moon chakra is what do you call that? Okay, let me see I feel like my memory's just, so the moon chakra, the heart, the moon is in Leo, so that moon is kind of in like the birthing process of like the kid Leo, like a birthing process. And we're feeling that birthing fucking process respectively. And as we're feeling that birthing process, the sun is also in Virgo. So the solar plexus is respectively near the spleen, and it still has a connection to the nearby like genitals respectively, because whatever's digested, it ultimately feeds, you know, the different other organs. So we got like a fourth, fifth, sixth house energy and seventh house energy respectively, and all of those energies, it's like really flesh, it's really like, it's really carnal, you know. Like I feel like the carnal signs are like fifth house, sixth house, seventh house, and then eighth house, and ninth house is just running that shit. Ninth house is like, okay, we got all the other processes for us to do what we need to do. And because like the ninth house is the thighs, right? So the thighs is like, it's just going along for, it's going along for the ride from what like fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth are doing respectively. And I'm not, and no sign is like better than another, but I'm just saying like so the moon is in Leo right now. Chiron is still in Aries, and that Chiron is where's our mistakes, just like where are they accumulating? They're accumulating in like the Aries self of, and so like the collective identity is having, there's like a collective identity crisis within just like with the like a bunch of different shit. Like there's so many identity crises because it's Chiron and Aries. It's like that Chiron and dude, I can't believe my memory is still cool and the battery's still cool, but okay, but that's a good sign. So all of these planets, they have their own ecliptical orbits respectively, just how they orbit whatever they ultimately like orbit around. And obviously the Srimad Bhagavatam in a standard level, it says a particular thing, right? And I'm just like, it's just cool that there's a section for that, you know. They talk about the astrology in the Bhagavatam, obviously, and obviously we'll get some experts on that later, you know, respectively, because I'm putting myself in the, people don't understand that everyone is a student. Like people don't understand that, and if you're not teachable, then geez, I don't know, that's something else, you know. But wow, this is like wow, do you see that? It's just one, do you see that? So so the sun in Virgo, it's Leo and Aries, that's what's being visibly like shown and created within the fire going outward. Leo and Aries, the sun in Virgo. So now we're seeing what's being created on an outward level is the sun in Virgo. So the sun in Virgo being outward creations being pushed out, and we're working with that temperament. It's being like, because the sun is Leo and Aries, and Leo and Aries is in Virgo. So sun in Virgo, that it's like Leo and like, and we don't have to use like the English words of like the zodiac, you know, just those, I'll just say the first and fifth house, you know, the first and fifth house, those energy signatures, they're doing a push effect, you know. They're pushing a certain light, and that light is, I guess it could be a very particular light, and that light is working with different temperaments, you know, all across, you know, the board, and that light is pushing out the temperament of Virgo. So we're seeing, you know, the nature of the Virgo, and we're creating from the nature of the Virgo. We're embodying the Virgo in a unique way collectively. First house, fifth house, we're creating a new birthing process of Virgo. So we're creating, like, we're working with the quote unquote like a young, like, so the new creation is like a Virgoan quality. So the Virgoan quality, that's the new moon. So when the moon, the heart chakra, has a new, you know, reset, you know, a mission based on just the physical body and its processes, it's resetting in such a way where the sun and the moon are aligning to create a whole new alignment for the temperament of the season that it's in right now, the new moon in Virgo. And that new moon in Virgo trining Pluto in Cap. So for the last 3 years, we're gonna feel the last 3 years of just what's coming forth on the cardinal Earth is just the whole resetting of a different, a a geophysical lodge, you know, the geophysical lodge of Capricorn. There's been like a hauling process within Pluto and Capricorn for the last 3 years. So what's trining it is on a different level. Since that's a trine, the earth element is being brought forth in such a way where Pluto has done all this work in Cap. Now we're going to be in a certain position of cardinal earth and mutable earth, and mutable earth and cardinal earth are kind of like with each other because they're the earth. But the things that are mutating upon the cardinal earth is the mutable earth, and then the tech type of stuff respectively is like, you know, the Taurus, you know, Gemini area. And that earth is being trined, and that earth is going to come out within the changing of the earth, mutable earth. So what's going on with the earth is like the society's changed drastically. Obviously Pluto and Cap, Pluto's going to go into Aquarius, 11th house. So, and I kind of made a low-key like predicament of what, like a possibility, but that's something else, and I need to write down, you know, a summary for that so it could come out more like clean and stuff. And then you know somehow within just the orbits of the different planets, they're touching base on different spaces of space. You know, they're touching upon the houses of a certain admin cadmin body, and then they're touching upon constellations, which are slightly different respectively, because the constellations, one could be looked at as a microcosm to something else, you know, or they both could be microcosms to just a different level, right? So those microcosms, they're being touched upon, and they're being aligned with some orbit of a different planet, and that different planet has a different orbit upon the different double natured ecliptical orbits of just whatever we're ultimately orbiting around from the original center point, right? And then from that original center point, there could be two different center points, right? And from those two different center points, that's how the alignment could shift. And that's how, like, you know, it could be topsy-turvy of how Pluto could stay in a sign for 12 years or Pluto could stay in a sign for 30 years. Because if that's the case, then something would have to like be going further away from each other or closer together on a orbital axis type of level. And from that orbital axis type of level, as things are going farther away from each other or closer together, if they're going farther away from each other, then it's more time to go back and there's more time to be spread. So as it's going farther away, a different ecliptical orbit is creating a different length of space and time, and creating time itself respectively. The movement of the Earth time, Virgo, and us just moving through this stuff and delivering it for ourselves, you know, or just receiving the delivery of whatever, you know, because we're kind of moving through this shit, and as it's creating time, we're kind of riding with the time, and as we're riding with the time, so different within the different ecliptical orbits, creating a particular type of stream path of like the planet's energy, and that planet's energy more or less somehow its course itself is the way, or its course is like it's a certain way, it's a different way in some field. And as that's happening, depending if the two ecliptical orbit axes, just depending on, because like the ecliptical orbit axes that I'm talking about is, you know, what's ultimately like the center to a particular container respectively, and then that having, you know, some type of inner to outer play, some type of collective implosion to collective quote unquote explosion, end quote, and that soft explosion to something that we could be conscious of, that soft explosion to make a more finer note of details, a fixed explosion, you know, or a fixed creation, you know, because maybe creation is some type of explosion, and maybe, like, you know, before you were born, you were in a passing of a different field of death, you know, because before life is death, you know. So if like a certain planet is traveling around a common orbital axis of like the Earth and the Sun's solar system orbit, that, you know, various, you know, in certain positions of that, you know, something of a more modern astrology could follow that pursuit, right? And as it's following that pursuit, there's upon whatever we're understanding as the main ecliptical axes, respectively, somehow that it's aligned with a different one. Like, you know, like shout out to the predecessors, like pretty much like you know, like a gyroscope, pretty much, obviously. And as it's doing that, it's if something's stretching out, if two different ecliptical axis orbits are stretching out, and somehow they're just going farther away from each other, but somehow they have a different electromagnetic bond to come back to each other, then that's kind of ranging how like Pluto could stay less time in a certain space or more time in a certain amount of space. Because it's like, what really makes a planet stay in the amount of time that it stays, and why is it sometimes shorter than longer than another time, and why is it sometimes longer than shorter than another time? Because the certain space of two different ecliptical axes, they're expanding out, and as they're expanding out, different compartments within that expansion, the different spaces are moving to create a bigger field, time, and space. And as it creates a bigger field, time, and space, then something could ultimately, like, depending on the different ecliptical axes, whether they're closer to each other or farther away from each other, that dictates how much time they spend in a designated space, as opposed to Pluto spending time in a sign for 12 years, as opposed to Pluto spending time in a 30 years. So that was a raw example of what I just said, you know? So within that, so Pluto has been here from 30 to 12 years respectively of that energy of how it just has that energy signature of how it could be in a sign for more or less time. And as it's in the sign for more or less time, what it's doing there, that recycling mechanism, it's in a certain field of the solar system, Cap, you know, the knees of the solar system in one sense. So within the knees of the solar system, the whole knees, it's like the Tin Man, you know, the knees of the Tin Man, it's like it's been redone, you know, just on a cold, dry, esoteric level, you know, pun within the zodiac constellation, right? So cold and dry of that nature. So within that coldness and that dryness, that whole, like, you know, plasma fusion physics is just like, it's ironically, it's from the astrology too, right, predecessors. So within all of that stuff, and hopefully oh man, I have to be concerned with my memory. Within all of that stuff, it's like it's like somehow within like the admin cadmin body of the houses that are just kind of connect to the body parts, somehow like some houses are more earth, right? So within the earth of the body, it's having a trine resonance. So earth, that sixth house is that solar plexus. So the sun is in the sixth house respectively, also being the solar plexus. So the sun is in the solar plexus respectively, and it definitely connects to, like, you know, that the heart, it's receiving the stuff from the heart chakra, sun and water, heart and solar plexus. So there's a lot of fire and water of just nature helping us, but that we're more or less akin to fire, water, heart, solar plexus. So within those chakras, we're the sun is like just it's having a whole new mood of just how it is, you know, how it is a whole new body respectively. And I'm going to end it there, and I'll come back, you know, obviously I'll do a different intuitive reading about, you know, how the moon is just going to, like, new moon Virgo to what, Pisces. The full moon is going to be around that vicinity. So full moon in Pisces, we're going to like be there. We're just going to be in our own dream, pretty much. We're going to, whatever we reap, what we sow, you know, full moon in Pisces area. And from Virgo, it's like, we're adapting to the changing of times of how Virgo is just kind of like transforming Cap and Taurus, Earth trine. And as Virgo's doing that, the moon transit of the moon, Virgo to Pisces. So the moon is going to feel like, from the changing of the different quote unquote elements fantasies get created from that, and hope, and then different agencies of the planets do their thing with that. You have an incredible life.